Good evening and welcome to your Sunday Slowdown. Well, today's session is, my voice is feeling a little croaky right now. Pardon me. Today's session is focused on the Mars retrograde, which started yesterday. And this is something which runs for about 3 months. And it's a time when the planet Mars slows down. It looks like it's going backwards in the sky. And the effect that it has on us is having us, renew and re-energize and rethink and reevaluate the ways in which we assert ourselves, the ways in which we take action. Mars is all about energy, so during this time it can feel like your energy is a little lagging or it's really hard to get things going. And this sequence tonight, I have focused on the lungs, the large intestine, meridian lines, which are up in the top part of the body, and also a little bit of the liver and gallbladder, which are here in the legs. And all of these are designed to help you work through some of the frustrations you might feel during the Mars retrograde period, and just really tap into that sense of how you are asserting yourself, how you are saying yes to life, and helping you just again have a bit of balance, a bit of equilibrium, and really work on the parasympathetic nervous system to help bring you down at times when things might feel like they're heating up. So for this session today, we are going to be working through the upper back in our first shape. And if you don't have a bolster, it can be really useful to roll up a blanket like so. If you have a foam roller, then that's also a good option to use. So just get yourself set up with those two at any cushions, any other creature comforts that you like to have when you practice Yum, and we can just settle in. So to begin with, we'll just do some really simple breathing. Get comfortable in your seat or lying down. Close down your eyes. And just notice how you've arrived today for your practice. How you were feeling physically, mentally, energetically, spiritually. And take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh out through your mouth. Just letting go of all those things that you've been holding on to. Let's do that again. Take another deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. One more time, big breath in and let it all go. Now focus on deep belly breathing here. So as you breathe in, feel your belly expand out. And as you breathe out, allow your belly to contract. Breathe in, belly goes out. Breathe out, belly contracts. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just keep going. Just 3 more rounds of breath. And just slowly blink open your eyes. We'll set up for our first shape. So our first shape is a supported fish. So get your blanket, your bolster, your foam roller, whatever it is that you have on hand. And just set it up maybe about a quarter of the way down your mat. And then you can take another support, perhaps a pillow or a cushion, just something for your head, and place it at the top of your mat. And then we come down and we take our blanket or our bolster and we nestle it just in the upper part of our back. So if you're wearing a bra or a crop top, it's kind of around that strap area. And then just lay down, rest your head on your prop if you need. You can drape your arms up and over. And your legs can be bent, they can be out long. Maybe you even bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. And just relax into this shape. Remembering with yin, we don't go all the way, we don't go to our edge. We start off with maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10. And then just allow time and gravity and our breath to do the work. And there's actually studies that they've done where things which are a little bit more gentle, such as the slow release of fascia through practices like yin, or a slower, lighter technique of massage, are actually more effective than going in hard, because the softness tells our body that it's safe to relax. If you think that someone's digging their elbow into your tight muscle, how you tense up. Whereas if it's soft and gentle, you relax more. We have 1 more minute in this shape. Take 3 more breaths. All right, and to come out, just bring your knees pointing up to the ceiling, your feet on the ground, and just roll off to one side. And just move your props away. And rest on your side with your head on your arm. And just allowing things to settle. Supported fish is a really good shape. If you work at a computer a lot, if you're hunched over your phone, it just really opens up the upper back and the middle back. We also want to take care of our back and not rush out of it too quickly. Right. Just push yourself up to a seated position. And we'll move into shoelace. So if you have sciatica or you kind of feel like you roll onto your sit bones and you dump into your lower back, then just sit up on a cushion or a rolled up blanket just to elevate your hips a little bit. And with shoelace, just shuffle your left leg underneath you and then take your right leg over the top. So you're in this twisted position and make sure you're sitting on both your sit bones. Just pull any fleshy bits out of the way. We don't want to be sitting on our feet either. So just make sure you shuffle them out. And the further away your feet are from the body, the more intense that you'll feel it. And then with this one, we're also adding in a lateral side bend. So what is it? Our right foot leg is on top. So just reach your left arm up and over and reach over to the right. You can even just drape your arm on your head. That feels nice. So the lung meridian runs all the way down the arm. And it wants us to say yes to life. So if you've been feeling a little stagnant or a little disillusioned by things, a bit unmotivated, working with the lung meridian can be really nice just to give you a bit more of a boost. So here in this shape, maybe you're feeling it all the way down your arm, possibly in your hips, your ITB, side waist. And we have 3 more breaths. Just come on up. Lean back, uncross your legs. Get your feet on the ground and windscreen wipe your knees from side to side. And just a little roll of your neck can feel good. And then we'll swap that over. Have your right leg underneath you and bring your left one on top. And actually, if you do have difficulty getting into it the way that I do, you can come into a tabletop position and cross one leg over the other and then sit back. So here our left leg is on top. We'll just reach our right arm up and lean over to the left. Again, drape it over. The liver and gallbladder meridians are connected with the emotions of anger and frustration, just as the planet Mars is. And when we aren't expressing our anger in a healthy way, it can, boil over. And we can also, feel it kind of be stuck in these places in our hips. And so working these meridian lines, which are the sensations you'll be feeling in your legs right now, can help turn anger into kindness and frustration into determination. We are halfway through. Maybe can you soften a little bit more? Can you breathe into the places that you're feeling the sensation? Five more breaths here. And come on up. Again, uncross your legs. Just windscreen wipe your knees from side to side. Our next shape is butterfly, so simply bring the soles of your feet together. Again, you can be sitting up on a prop to help elevate your hips. The closer your feet are towards the body, the more intense you'll feel this shape. And you might even like to prop up your knees with a couple of cushions. Please do this if you're pregnant. And we simply fold forward and rest your head on something maybe even your chin and your hands, or stacking your fists on top of one another and rest your forehead on them. And I find butterfly, especially when your head is down. I've just raised it up to keep an eye on you. That it's quite a soothing shape. You might feel this in your inner thighs, your hips, groin, sometimes your inner knees as well. And if you're folding forward, you can feel it along your back as well, reflection in the spine. Three more breaths. And come on up. And gently move your props out of the way. Again, a little windscreen wiper if your knees can feel nice. Little arch of your back. Maybe cross your legs and take a gentle twist on each side. It can feel really nice. We'll take open wing as our next shape. So it could be nice to have a cushion or your bolster. If you place it just beside your right leg, come down onto your stomach with the prop by your right calf, and take your right arm out long to the side. So it can be out long or in a cactus shape, depending on how much space you have or what feels nice in your shoulder. You can also do this one if you're sitting or standing near a wall as well. But here, come onto your stomach, take your arm out long to the right, and then using your left hand, push your right leg up and over to land on your prop. Again, you might like something under your head for support. And we've got our left leg on top here, so that can be nice and straight, or you might even like to bend your knee and have your foot flat. That feels better. Really here wanting to feel the sensation in your armpit, or I even feel this a bit in my shoulder. And you can also sometimes feel this in your ab region or your hip, depending on how your top body is. Some people like to take their left arm and bring it around their lower back as well. It just opens up the chest a little bit more. But again, any pinching sensations anywhere, just come out a little bit. And again, make sure you're only at a 4 or a 5 rather than all the way at your edge. This Mars retrograde starts in the sign of Leo, and then in early January it moves into the sign of Cancer. And Leo is all about how you shine in the world and being creative and playful and joyful and finding romance and just the pleasure of all things in life. And Cancer is about your home, your family, your foundations. And so it can be a reflection, this retrograde, on what foundations you have in place so that you can be playful and creative and joyful. And of course, depending on where this is in your chart, it'll have a different influence, a different thing. Five more breaths here. And then gently roll over back onto your stomach. You might like to take your arms down by your side and turn your head one direction. Or maybe it feels good to stack your palms on top of one another and rest your forehead on them. Whatever feels good for you. Right. And just move the cushion on your bolster down towards your left calf. And take your left arm out along beside you or in a cactus. And push off with your right hand and take your right leg up and over. halfway through this shape. Five more breaths. And gently roll onto your stomach. Taking whatever arm variation works for you. Just feel into both sides of your body, both arms. Allowing the fresh blood, the chi, the prana to flow. Okay. And gently roll onto your back now. And take your cushion or your bolster. And just bring your feet to the mat, knees pointing up. Push through your heels. And bring the bolster just underneath your hips. If you've got actually, if you do have a bolster or a block, make sure it's on your sacrum. That's just the flat part of your back, not the curve bit. It's that sort of coccyx sacral area. And then bring your arms up overhead. And you can leave your knees bent. And stretch your legs out for what's known as pontoon. And pontoon just helps bring another bit more sensation across the front body. And if you're pregnant, this might feel uncomfortable for you, depending on how big your belly is, how far along you are. So in that case, you're welcome to roll onto your stomach and take Sphinx. And you can just prop yourself up with a cushion underneath your thighs. Or else if your belly is really big, you can take camel up on your knees. Just have a gentle back bend like so. We're halfway through this shape. Just 1 minute remaining here. And 3 more breaths. And just bring your feet back to the mat if they've been out long, so your knees are bent. Arms gently come down by your side. Push through your feet, remove your prop. And just leave it down by your left calf. And some people here, again, like a little sway of their legs. Sometimes taking your feet out wide and knocking your knees together can feel good. Or others like to do a little hug of the knees into the chest. Just rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. You could do any of these or something else that feels good for you. We'll end our session with a twist. So bring your feet again back to the mat, knees pointing up. And this time, if it feels good, take your arms overhead to really get into the lung and large intestine meridians. Bring your knees up to a reverse tabletop and then gently take them over to the right, resting on your prop. Then you might like to turn your head to the right or maybe to the left or maybe just straight up, whatever works for you. Just feeling the sensation along the left side body. And you can play with the placement of your knees. The closer they are to you, the higher up they are. All of that can change where you feel something. But there's no sensation. Just have a little experiment. Maybe bring them up. Maybe just get rid of your prop. One more minute here. Just 3 more breaths. Just bring your knees back to center. Put your arms down by your side. Shift your prop over to the left. Set up the other side. Arms out to a T or overhead, whatever feels good. Your legs up to tabletop. And gently drop them over to your left. And halfway through our final shape. Five more breaths. And bring your knees back up to center. Put your feet on the mat, arms by your side. And take your legs long. Settle up for your Shavasana. Maybe that's with a cushion or bolster under your knees. Maybe like a blanket over the top for a little bit of coziness. Just settle in. and my voice will guide you out. You are very welcome to stay here for as long as you like. But if it's time for you to come out, allow your attention to come back to the room you are in. Take some deeper breaths. Begin to waken your body with some small movements, wiggling your fingers and toes. And then gradually make these movements bigger. Circling the wrists and ankles. Maybe taking a big stretch overhead. And then gently roll to your preferred side and lie here for a moment with your head on your arm like a little pillow. And when you're ready, push yourself up to a seated position. Your hands can be at prayer, at heart center, or maybe you've got one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Thank you for taking the time out for the medicine of yin, gifting yourself this moment of connection to your inner world, allowing your body to open up in new ways. We bow to ourselves and to each other as we say, thank you. Well, thanks for joining me. And know that you can revisit this time and time again during the Mars retrograde and even beyond. I will see you soon for the next Sunday Slowdown. Bye now.